Hello. We are looking at today word bullet points. So over the years, I've developed my own way of using bullet points, which I think is fairly efficient. So I thought I'd share that with you today. So first of all, we're going to look at an existing list and then we're going to create one from scratch. So in front of us is a list just about Word and Excel with basic features. So I'm just simply going to select all of that and use my bullet library. So first of all, I'm just going to go into that and I select my bullet library. Do be aware that some things in here may be part of something else. So you can tab and use your tab key to tab across and everything will be separated then and indented. So if you do that and you're using the standard bullets styles, we can choose any of these and it will alter the actual bullet points. Notice the sub ones haven't changed, they've just ordered those. If you want to, you can actually define a new bullet, and when you go into define a new bullet, it will allow you to change the way it looks. So this is saying, how would you like this to change? You can go into symbol and just go into wingdings or one of the other font options and just pick any symbol that you like. So if you just happen to like this one and OK, we can just apply that new bullet point, which we could have done to all of them there. You can also use pictures. So if I wanted to select a picture, I define a new bullet and I go to picture. And here I'm just simply going to pick a stock image and it's to do with computers. So I'll just find a basic computer image. The better image, cleaner the image, the better. And we can use any of these. Just going to go with something like that, something easy. So good old clip art, as you can see, it may not work. The clearer the image, the most basic works in here. So if I define a new bullet, what actually is really good is the icons. And these are a much more modern way. So I could just pick head there. And you can see that that relates to that one there. Okay, so pictures can work if they are very clear, concise, like clip art or basically a logo. Otherwise, go for icons or something like that. If I want to add spacing into this, then I can just go in here and I can change my paragraph spacing to maybe choose 8 points after. And that has separated out the paragraphs. If I change that to 12, you can see it's moving that out from there, but not the bullet points. You can also use the options to do hour 2. So this is not an extra line between them. It is saying put these paragraphs into double line spacing, which can be much easier to use. So let's just look at if I started. So I'm just going to use the basic features of Excel. I'm going to start again here, and I'm just going to say I want to have bullet points on. So let me start again. In fact, we'll do it in a new sheet, and I want bullet points on. So basic features of Excel. If I'm doing this as I type, when I return, it's still retaining the double line spacing at the moment. So if you don't want that, you'd have to turn double line spacing off. If you're starting the list from scratch, you turn it on when you start. And if I want to do it as a sub, I can do create spreadsheets. Now, if I want to type something else within that bullet point, if I hold my shift key down and return, it stays inside that bullet point. So this is to save into Teams and SharePoint. Return again, and it creates me a new level. Basic formula, and I can shift and enter such as sum and average. Now, if you wanted to, while you're doing this, you can change that back to single line. As I return, if I hold my shift key and tab, that goes backwards. So I'm going to just put basic features of Word just to show you. So you can see double line spacing is one way of doing it. If you want these in single line, then you just go to your paragraph settings and single line if you want that to happen, and then make sure that you have your spacing. So that will be spacing after that. Mike, I'm just going to call that again. If you can pick the best bits out of both of them, please. So I'm just going to, after I've typed this, I'm actually going to remove all the formatting. So I'm starting from scratch again. And I'm going into my bullet point. You can see here, I can pick a bullet point here. I'm also going to view the ruler so that you can see where the bullet point is sitting. So let's just undo that and come back here. And I'd like you to see where the bullet point is sitting. So as I put on a bullet point, it automatically moves it across the ruler and indents it. If I hold my shift key down and enter, it gives me a space. So more details. If I hold do control 1, actually, this isn't working. I need to start a new document. So let's have a look at actually creating this with my bullet points. You'll see from the ruler that has indented it. So I'm going to do basic features of Word, shift and enter more info regarding Word. Hold my normal shift down and it gives me another bullet point, and